You can call it a tussle between ecological preservation and economic advancement. But the directive from the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, was seen by many as a win for the former.
Refusal means refusal. If EPA does not permit you or the entity that you go ahead to do against our requirement, the laws are there. We take you to court and we make sure the penalties are applied.
It wasn't long after news broke when social media users disclosed that contrary to the directive, work was briskly ongoing. Our visit to the site will confirm the fears of the cynics who felt EPA couldn't stand its ground and optimists who hoped this time the environment will win. Men at work trying to relocate pylons here on the Tema New Town stretch of land. We have seen that some massive groundworks are ongoing already. According to residents who live in this area, work has been going on in the last 1 year. Clearly, a lot of mangrove has been destroyed and a lot of filling has also gone on, we understand. And we've actually seen that some oil tanks, construction of oil tanks are underway. According to the TDC, Sentuo Oil Refinery is only building a wall, a security post and undertaking earthworks to facilitate its work ahead of a permit from the EPA.
The place in question is within the Tema heavy industrial area. It doesn't include anywhere on the Chemu Lagoon. No.
So it's not in the catchment of Chemu Lagoon?
It doesn't include anything that has to do with that Chemu Lagoon. If there is a water course that passes through the heavy industrial area, that is not the Chemu Lagoon.
So from the works that TDC has done on the parcel of land so far, in your view, Sentuo has not breached any law?
What we know, according to the permits that they have, is that they are supposed to embark on a fence wall based upon the allocation that has been given to them.
So far, that's what you have authorized them to do?
Absolutely.
But a worker at the site whose identity I'd rather protect revealed more about his work. That shows there is more than meets the eye, contrary to the picture painted by the TDC.
Like the building some containers and some like maybe plant where they will go use for the oil.
Okay, so how long you work for here?
Maybe getting to 1 month. I started in last month inside.
TDC is opposed to the view of the EPA that the site for the construction is a wetland. It contends the Chemu Lagoon does not traverse the site.
The proposed site for that oil refinery, according to the TDC layout, was part of the Tema heavy industrial area, and that particular area shares boundary with Vaco. And so for it to be described as a wetland, there's nothing like a wetland within our heavy industrial area enclave. What we know is that the 96 acre land, which is not 200 and something acres that was initially reported, the area in question is a 96 acre land, which Sentuo applied for. Has some water lines that runs through portions of it, and as a result of that, it's natural that portions of that area will be marshy, but that doesn't mean that that particular place is a wetland.
However, some residents are engaged say the Chemu Lagoon traversed the site of the oil refinery. They recount how the lagoon supported their livelihoods.
What started the Water Foundation now? 51 nkofun tumi nkonko bunzi wo hobi mu. First na nkofun nya no advantage kakran nkofun kosa no wode wo nyama na ade. First na what to pipe ma nkofun nya dem chance na wotum okoso nso ni bi na wode urade. So I would say like
What first one?
Yo.
But mo the boys pinans wo only ejuma wo hon.
The first na wo dua e bro na ade wo ho. Okay. Because of insu na wo ho ni time nkofun nya no
Now that time we dey rear our cows and our sheep, our pigs for there. Where that side it be big, where everything they go on massive. I dey work at Ghana Cocoa Board. Okay. Why they that side? Why they take rear my animals? But as them come compensate we say make we come out for there. then one can do the thing for there. But we say no, then they can't do oil company. I go help the town. No. But right now, the lagoon way, instead of them to build the lagoon rather, then cover the lagoon. We then say they want divert and pass. Some small gutter we then do. They say they want divert and pass inside.
The gutter way did this side.
This gutter, this small
where
poor gutter.
Where they pass the side like this.
Side like this. They go back, people them on road top.
Then come out like that.
Then come out back, enter to the lagoon. But it's poor.
The residents accuse Sentuo Oil Refinery of diverting the water course, a situation they say exacerbates flooding in the area.
As at now, when I'm watching, we are standing top.
So this is the lagoon?
This is the lagoon.
Chemu Lagoon?
Chemu Lagoon be that.
Wow. So where is this coming from? Where is it going now?
This river coming from 25 Ashari 10, moving throughout to our sea at Never Base.
Okay.
So
what's happening here now?
Yes, what happening here now is this oil company coming, said and they divert our lagoon past this side. Where diversion of the water is bad. We don't feel it at all. It's so poor. What then they do for that? If they no can watch it, we rain for every place will be flooded at Miami. So we beg our big leaders no, make them come watch for we. Our big men and our leaders, we beg them. We go beg them in the name of God. Say the lagoon way then they divert them. The diversion of the water no, it no good.
Sibewi Abukari tells me he was paid a 2,800 Ghana cedi compensation, something he says cannot compare his returns rearing cattle in the wetland. 2,800.
2,800, but that money will be poor money for me. If today no them come, I go pay them with interest.
Okay.
Because that money be poor for me.
Okay.
Time I did, they gain more than that.
Okay. So, Radi, what do they want?
Right now, what I want to say, make them come watch our lagoon and build them correct for we.
Right, sure.
Then to them feed do them a oil company. The oil company to go feed help the town.
The Environmental Protection Agency EPA says it is resolute in its conclusion that the proposed site is a wetland and will enforce its regulations to the letter.
Our main concern at EPA is to restore the Chemu Lagoon. We will not allow any activity that will further kill the lagoon. On the onset, the entire landscape had been a wetland, and persistent and consistent development has changed the dynamics. You can see companies have built there already 10 years, 15 years back, and all others. And these Sentuo people are also going to do their own. Now, our investigation shows that the lagoon stretches up from there, run down to several areas and then into the sea. And down below is being blocked by these established companies.
The pylon we saw on our first day that men were working on to relocate, well, it's almost entirely gone on our second visit, barely 2 days after our first visit. Sentuo Oil Refinery has declined speaking to us for now. They tell us rather that they will work with all stakeholders to ensure that they comply with every regulatory requirement that is laid down. In all these, the state of water bodies in the area remains a sad spectacle, as is the case for many water bodies across the country. The EPA says more stakeholder consultations will be underway, and the main objective will be to reclaim the Chemu Lagoon and restore its ecological significance.
Our main concern at EPA is to restore the Chemu Lagoon. We will not allow any activity that will further kill the lagoon. We encourage the citizenry and the public to seek advice from our officers everywhere, even on the net. You can talk to us if you have some project in mind and you are not too sure. You should approach our officers. We have regional officers and we have area officers. By courtesy of the president, we are to go to all the districts that have activities going on. So